Hey guys, I'm Kay and you have arrived at my weird little corner of the internet, so welcome. I appreciate you tuning in as always. Today we're going to spill the tea and discuss some pet peeves of mine in relation to the reseller community. So anyway, before we get into this video, I want to start with the following disclaimer. In no way is anything said in this video directed at a specific person. I happen to love the reseller community and I think it's a wonderful support system. I have learned so much from just following people either on Instagram or watching them on YouTube. So I really appreciate that there's so many people out there willing to share their journey and teach us some stuff. Also, none of the opinions shared in this video are anything other than mine. And obviously, if you're looking at the title of this video, you will see that it says that it's unpopular opinions, meaning I could be the only one that feels this way, but I still want to share anyways. It's going to be a short video. I'm not going to get on here and rant about a whole bunch of crap, but there are going to be 3 topics that we cover in this video just because they are my top 3 pet peeves that I have come across in my journey on selling on Poshmark and eBay. So number 3. Now if you've watched Little Black Hanger, she is a content creator here on YouTube and she's also super active on Instagram, but she did mention this in one of her videos, and is to please stop posting about lowball offers and dragging your customers through the mud. It's 2019, it's time to grow up. We don't need to be plastering this crap all over the internet. If someone sends you a lowball offer, either counter or decline or just move on. It's not that big a deal. You're going to get plenty of them in your career as a reseller. Not to mention, you could be losing customers just by plastering this stuff over the internet. I know that as a buyer, because I have bought numerous things on the internet between eBay, Poshmark, Amazon, etc. But if I saw that someone I wanted to buy something from was complaining about customers and posting this on their social media sites, I wouldn't choose to buy from them. For me personally, I'll either just let the offer sit and expire or I'll counter. Or sometimes I even accept because it's showing that someone has interest in my items and I am not in the storage business and I want to get my shit out of my house as fast as possible. Number 2, misleading information. Now, this can happen in a bunch of ways, but the most common one I'm going to talk about today is not sharing numbers. Now, everybody has a different business model, and that's fine. That's the way that business is. My situation is not the same as everybody else's, and I realize that. But I also don't share pictures of my stacks on stacks on stacks of items that I'm shipping out every day without giving you some kind of information. It's easy for someone to just sit there, take a picture of a bunch of boxes. They could be empty for all you know, we have no idea. But it's a little bit difficult to understand how you can possibly make this part of your career or as extra side income without some kind of numbers. I don't expect everybody to share their cost of goods because that's kind of a private topic for most people and it's not part of their business model, which is totally fine. Everybody has a different business model. Personally, I would never share a stack of boxes or a little tiny pile of boxes in reality because that's what actually comes out of my house on a daily basis, and sometimes there's no sales at all, but at least some kind of number, whether that's an ASP or your total cost of goods or your average cost of goods per item or your total profit for what's in that stack. It's all helpful to me to kind of visualize where I want to be at. So basically what I'm saying is, while I realize that not everyone's business model is the same and some people aren't comfortable with sharing their numbers, sharing just a photo with no other information doesn't help anybody. It's not motivating for me to look at a stack, a giant stack. It could be as tall as me, but I'm still not going to be motivated by that because I have no idea what your profit margins are, what the average cost is that you paid up for those items, and what your selling price is. And I'm not going to spend the time trying to go through everybody's closet and scrolling through to your solds to figure out what the items actually sold for. And now we're to number 1. And this one is probably going to be the most controversial topic of this whole video, but it's the waste. I've bought things on Poshmark, I've obviously sold things on Poshmark, and usually the stuff that I buy comes beautifully packaged with all this wrapping, whether it's tissue paper or plastic bags or a little twine wrapped around something. They all come so beautifully packaged, and it's wonderful to open that and see it, but realistically, it's damaging to the environment. Now, I know I haven't shared how I ship with you guys, but basically I take the item as is, put it in a box. Sometimes I'll include a little thank you note, which is handwritten, or I'll include a free gift, but that's it. I write a thank you on the outside of the box with a little smiley face, and off it goes to its destination. Again, I realize that not everybody's business model is the same, and some people really enjoy doing that to ship out their items, and I can appreciate that as a consumer. But what I don't appreciate is these people who get online and talk about how, oh, they're so amazing because they shop secondhand and it's great for the environment. Meanwhile, they're taking their shit out of the freaking thrift store in a plastic bag. So basically what you're telling me is that you're a walking contradiction. I don't support that. It's so easy to go out and find a reusable bag. You could even thrift one if you wanted to, or carry your stuff out of the store without a bag, like the Deal Queen just made a post about on Instagram that went kind of viral. But seriously, nothing irks me more than someone who seeks praise on the internet for being this amazing thrift goddess and helping the earth by taking things out of the landfill and buying them from a thrift store. Meanwhile, they literally do nothing else to help the environment. I'm not saying that I'm this super earthy, crunchy person, because I'm not. I do still use single-use plastics on occasion, but I don't use plastic bags. Even when I go to the grocery store, I use these giant reusable bags. I also bought stainless steel straws, but granted, I have not used them because I don't go out to eat too often, and as I said earlier in the video, I don't drink coffee on a daily basis, so I'm not using plastic straws there either. If you don't want to help the environment, that's fine. I just don't want to see you talking about how awesome you are because you went to the thrift store and bought items to sell online, but are using single-use plastics. And I apologize if this bothers you in some way that I am mentioning that this is a pet peeve of mine, but I like to be honest with you guys, and it's something that bothers me. I don't care if you go to the thrift store and come out with your inventory in plastic bags, that's fine. I just don't like it when people get on the internet and want to have people congratulate them for being some kind of awesome goddess who goes into the store and doesn't use a plastic bag but throws their coffee cup in the garbage instead of recycling it. And I'm not telling you guys to stop packaging your items on Poshmark in plastic bags or tissue paper, whatever. Me personally, I don't do that unless I have already received an item with tissue paper and I reuse that. For example, Christmas just happened. I reused a whole crap ton of tissue paper that I received as gifts, and I'm gonna put those in my Poshmark packages to wrap them up nicely. But I don't go out of my way to go buy some plastic stuff to put my packages in and send them out that way. Again, if you do, that's fine, but I don't want to see you on the internet asking me to congratulate you for taking your stuff out of the thrift store without a bag. So basically all I'm saying to you guys is there are things that we can do to be less of a jerk when it comes to either reselling or your social media personality. But in short, to summarize, be nice and help the earth. Or don't help the earth and just don't claim to be an eco-friendly person on the internet. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. If you've made it this far, thank you. I'm sure I'll get several thumbs down on this video just for the sheer fact that I posted it on the internet for everybody to see. But if you did enjoy this video, please feel free to give it a like and subscribe to see more reseller and less unpopular opinion type videos in the future. Thanks for watching.